Tonight from Straight Jesuit Crusaders Stadium in Houston, it's HBU Huskies football, and the HBU Huskies in their next to the last home game of the 2013 season get ready to take on the Texas College Steers, and we've got all the action for you tonight right here on the Legacy Sports Network. Hi everyone, welcome into the broadcast tonight. Along with Jeff Power, I'm Lonnie King. We're glad to have you along for the ride tonight. The Huskies come into this game 2-3 on the season, and Jeff, they're trying to get back to 500 tonight and against an intriguing opponent.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Taking on a good Texas college football team, but they are 1-6 overall. I think the keys tonight for HBU is to get off to a good, fast start. That's something they have not been able to do all season long. They've been playing good in the second half, but have not had a complete performance with 60 minutes. By doing that, they need to run the football. They need to be able to balance the attack offensively with a good passing game, good running attack. Defensively, I think the key is get a good pass rush and let those linebackers do their job as well.
And they're going to have to do it a little bit shorthanded tonight. One of their leading offensive performers, Darian Lazard, has been suffering from strep throat late this week, and they're going to miss him tonight, no doubt about it.
Well, they do get B.J. Kelly back this week.
Yeah.
He was suffering from a hamstring injury last week against Incarnate Word, but he is back, so that will certainly help their running game out. And I think other things that you can look out for is Kadarius Baker, perhaps, due for a good game here tonight. Kind of a subpar game last week against Incarnate Word, unable to throw a touchdown. They fell last week 24-3. They are 2-3 overall, but this is a very winnable game tonight against Texas College.
And one of the ways the coaches are looking at this is these are opportunities for other guys other than the ones we've seen step up so far this year, step up tonight and make an impression not only for this game and for the end of the season, but looking forward to next year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a very young HBU team. I mean, you look across the board, a lot of freshmen, but it's also time for some of these junior college transfers to also step up and be leaders and show everybody what they're made of and get this team where they need to be, and that's back to 500 tonight.
Texas College comes in. They average nearly 340 yards a game, but have only put up 117 points. The Huskies are going to try and take advantage of that and keep them on the outs tonight. We will see how things go when we come back. We'll be ready for the opening kickoff. HBU Huskies versus the Texas College Steers. All of the action straight ahead right here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Break my arm.
Need to know if my pain is something more.
I know I can trust Neighbors Emergency Center to save me.
They save my time.
They'll save me from missing the championship.
They'll save me from missing my meeting.
They'll save me from missing the chance to walk her down the aisle someday.
They save me.
He saves me.
You save me.
Neighbors Emergency Center saves lives.
Neighbors Emergency Center. Care that counts. Experience that matters.
We're here with Kenneth Bibbins now after a 24-3 loss to Incarnate Word. 4 catches, 67 yards, pretty impressive out there. Almost a touchdown on top of that. Tell me about your performance.
I still think I could have done better. I mean, because we lost, so you always think you can do better with a loss. So we're just going to go to practice on Tuesday and try to get better day by day.
I want to know about your heart day to day at practice, in the weight room. Game day, you really show up on game day. Talk about your desire to play football at this level.
My desire is, I came from a higher level from a transfer from U of H, so, I know how to work. I know what it takes, and I'm just trying to show the young guys the work ethic you need to work to be successful at this level.
You and Darian Lazard, a couple of U of H transfers.
Actually, it's 4 of us. Lazard, Christian Hill, and Dominique Sanders.
How about the importance of being a leader? When you're in that role, when you've played at other universities like the University of Houston, you come to HBU, you can be a leader and teach these young guys, because there's a lot of freshmen on this team.
It's a learning experience for me also to be a leader and step it up day by day, but I'm getting better at it, and I think a lot of the older guys are getting better at it also. And so, like we said, it's a learning experience that we're all getting the hang of.
2-3 overall, but your thoughts about the team where it's at, the 3 times you've played future Southland Conference opponents all ended in a loss. What do you take from that, and as the season winds down here with 2 more games to go at home, what would you like to see the team do differently?
I think I would like to see a little bit more heart out of a team as a whole and more of a family type effort given on all phases. That's offense, defense, and special teams. And like I said, that starts at practice on Tuesday, 6:30 in the morning, grinding.
Now, Vic Shealy, there's something going on at halftime. In case y'all don't know, he's got a formula at halftime that really gets the guys fired up because they come out in the third quarter and play some football. Can we bottle that up and get it started with that?
That's the same thing I'm asking. Maybe he should use a speech he used at halftime at the beginning of the game. So.
What goes on at halftime? What's that all about?
I can't tell you. If I tell you, I have to kill you.
But you guys seem fired up.
Yeah,
and is that what it's going to take maybe to kind of get that performance that you'll have in the second half and play a complete 60 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's more to do with the players, though. I mean, he does give good speeches, but at the same time, we have to come out and be ready to play and get ourselves ready and give the effort that we need to win the game.
You do finish with 2 home games. Talk about wrapping up the season over at your facility now over at Straight Jesuit College Prep. And then next year, you're going to have a stadium at home. Tie that into this place here. You see what Incarnate Word has got here with Benson Stadium. This is a gorgeous facility, and this could be the same thing at HBU, the same type of stadium, and you could be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Last 2 home games, get our home fans come out, get all our peers come out there, all our classmates just to support us, and we need to go out with 2 wins to end the season off right, to go off something positive for the offseason.
Very good. Kenneth Bibbins, do appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
HBU falls 24-3, but back in action this coming week. We'll have it for you here on the Legacy Sports Network. The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up, it's deep, and it's going to be gone!
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown!
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at LegacySportsNetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
Just about set for tonight's opening kickoff here at Crusader Stadium on the campus of Straight Jesuit College Prep, the 2013 home for your HBU Huskies, and just a couple of miles from the campus, a little bit east of here. As we look off along the skyline, we can see the towers over on Fondren that point toward the HBU campus. And Jeff, these are the final 2 home games of the season. The Huskies looking to get back to even and looking to maybe finish up this season with a winning record.
Yeah, absolutely. This game here against Texas College, it's the only one that matters right now, trying to get back to 500. They had put together back-to-back wins over Wayland Baptist and Oklahoma Baptist in the tune of 52-28 and 34-3. Things were great. Then Abilene Christian and Incarnate Word kind of brought HBU back down to earth a little bit. These are 2 opponents that they're going to see next year in the Southland Conference. These next 2 games, winnable games. Texas College is next on the schedule here, and we'll see this game starting here in just a few minutes.
Well, these teams, this matchup is actually a favorable one for HBU. You look at some of the numbers we talked about, the scoring and the offensive output per game by Texas College. HBU is going up against a team that defensively allows nearly 470 yards of offense. They are going to try and keep that number around that level tonight.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I mean, looking at the statistics here, they've scored 117 points and are allowing 324. How does that transfer over to HBU? Well, we're scoring 101 points per game, but giving up 198. I don't think there's any question that this is a game that HBU's offense should have their coming out party on this season. We've seen spurts of a good receiving core, a very talented quarterback, a good running game, but they haven't been able to put it all together, and this would be a good time to do that.
And defensively, talking with the coaches this week, I know that the aspect of tackling has been a constant thing that they've talked about with this team. And it's probably a nagging problem for all very young teams. And so the coaches are aware that because of the youthfulness of this team that that's going to be an issue. But they still one thing they want to look for tonight are guys on the defensive side of the football making plays when they get an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want defensive backs leading the way in tackles. That's usually a pretty bad sign. You'd like to have that defensive four leading the way with getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. We saw spurts of that last week against Incarnate Word. The defense looked good for HBU. We'll talk about that throughout the night and about that pass rush that they had last week and see if that can maybe translate into something here tonight.
Ready for the kickoff here. Texas College will kick it off to the Huskies to start this. Huskies will move right to left from the south end zone to the north here to start the game. Back deep to receive the opening kickoff, Taylor Thompson and Kalen Morris. Morris, a freshman out of Bel Air High School, is back deep. And some of the injuries this week make it necessary for the coaches to make some switches on special teams as well, and Thompson takes the kickoff, takes a knee about 8 yards deep in the end zone, so the Huskies will start this first possession at the 25-yard line. And Kadarius Baker leads them out. 70 completions, 120 attempts this year, 2 TDs, 3 interceptions. We're going to see similar TDs to interception numbers tonight on both sides of the football, but the Huskies are hoping that TD number will go up tonight and the interceptions maybe stay the same. And he's joined out there, 2-back set to start things out. Craig Bell Jr. off his right shoulder, and B.J. Kelly back after missing last week with a hamstring injury off his left shoulder. And he'll hand it off to Kelly on first down and straight up the gut out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pickup on first down and a good start for the Huskies.
And good to have B.J. Kelly back. He runs so hard, hits the hole quickly, and picks up an early 7 yards here for HBU.
Back to the line of scrimmage they come. As you know, if you followed them all season long, the Huskies operate without going to the huddle. They send 2 receivers out to the left side of the formation. And the tight end, Maxwell Brown, is tight to the right side. Handed off this time. Craig Bell runs to the left, has a block in front of him, finds a seaman out across the 40. He goes to the 44-yard line, and that's a first down for HBU.
Perhaps this is what we were talking about in the pregame show. Just get that running game going, and the HBU starting lineup is as such. Kadarius Baker at quarterback, B.J. Kelly at the running back position. Darian Lazard, a late scratch. He has strep throat, so he's not in the starting lineup. Back to action now. They hand off up the middle and a short gain, if that, by Kadarius Baker.
Not much there. You know, one thing we saw last week was Baker carrying the ball a little more, and he was effective at times doing that.
Have to keep that defense honest. The only way they're going to be true on that type of play is if the quarterback can tuck it and run a few times, and that's exactly what he did last week.
No gain. 2nd down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Still go with that 2-back. 2 receiver set, both receivers out to the left side. Handed off, Bell again, runs left, same play as he ran a couple of downs ago, and he gets out to the 49-yard line, 5 yards on the carry. And that will leave a 3rd down and 5 to go here to keep the drive alive.
I think early on we're seeing Vic Shealy's game plan here of trying to run the football and see if they can establish the run here early. All running plays so far.
Bell comes off, and now Ethan Fry goes out to the slot right side. Zach Lazarine wide that way. Mitchell Buick is out on the field tonight, the sophomore transfer from Hardin-Simmons University and Montgomery High School. He's lined up to the left side of the formation. Option pitch to Kelly. Kelly's got a seam. Back up the middle, and he turns it up into Texas College territory. He's down at the 38-yard line, and another first down.
All right. Got to dive back on it. Good heads-up play there by, I believe that was Edward Burns.
And another situation where there were a couple of blue jerseys around that ball just laying on the ground, and the Huskies could not come up with it. Turns into a first down at the 38-yard line. And here's a handoff to Gray, straight up the gut. Big hole opened up. Garrett Dolan got an ankle and dropped him, or he might have gone to the house. Down to the 26-yard line, and that's a first down.
Yeah, Dolan, Moncure, these guys for HBU, a lot of their linebackers are kind of been leading the charge this year with the tackles for HBU, but a lot of times that's because backs are getting through that front 4 quickly, like in that play.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Single back Taylor Gray now. Griffin's going to get some instructions from the sideline and relays it to his teammates. 2 receivers out to the right side. Wants to throw that way, looks and overthrows his intended receiver. Pretty good coverage that time in the vicinity by the Huskies. Ori Bancole, who got over there.
Let's take a look at this play one more time. And kind of lacking the pass rush. When you give a quarterback that much time, he's got a chance to make a play right there. His man was well covered, though. But you don't want to make the secondary have to work that hard. You need to try to get to the quarterback within 4 seconds if possible.
It's hard to complete those 10-foot passes to 5-foot receivers. Here's a play fake, and the ball is loose on the turf. The Huskies look like they might have gotten it. Did they get to the football in time? The ball just popped out of the hands of Griffin, and he fell on it somehow.
Yeah, I want to see this. Let's see how he did fall on it. He turns around, and there's a man right in his face.
It's Capo Tua.
Yeah, okay, I see what happened. Tua never really had a chance to get his hand on the ball. It kind of squirted from the other side of his armpit there. Put a little more right guard on.
That's twice on this drive. Coach Shealy's got to be down there just kind of scratching his head, thinking, what do we have to do to get a turnover here? 2 loose balls on this possession. It's 3rd and long now. Call it 3rd and 20. And Griffin wants to throw. Launches one down the field, and it is almost picked off, but almost caught. Moncure stepped into the passing lane, but it got through his hands, and then the receiver, Allen, was there.
Yeah, let's take a look at this play one more time. No question about it. Moncure had a beat on it late. Again, too much time for Griffin, though. He makes a perfect pass, but Moncure kind of misjudged it, ran over the official while he was at it. Fortunately for Moncure, that ball was not caught. He might have deflected it there right at the last second, or at least got in the way of the receiver.
And it was actually Joshua Isaac, number 13, instead of number 10, who was the intended receiver there. And I think you're right. I think Cody got a hand on it and knocked it away. It's 4th down now. And it looks like they're going to go for it, kind of out there in that no man's land. Too short to punt, too long to try a field goal, and now we've got a delay of game. So
now they might punt.
And it looks like you're right.
5 yards makes all the difference in the world. They could try to use a little coffin corner and see if they can punt it inside the 10-yard line, because they've got to get to the 16-yard line for a first down, and where the ball's set up on the 41, that's a long way away.
Jamal Johnson, their wide receiver, will drop back as the punter. And he waits for the snap at his own 47-yard line. High spiraling kick. It's short, and it's going to be caught by Zach Lazarine, who was in as the deep back on the punt return team. And he makes a fair catch at the 15-yard line, and the Huskies will set up shop there with 3:28 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, let's keep it here for a minute. Zach Lazarine back returning that punt, and really HBU has not quite settled in on their punt returners so far this year. We've seen Ethan Fry back there. There's been some other return men that have been put in that position. I think they're still trying to feel out the situation, see who wants to step up and be the return man on punts.
Well, Ethan, of course, on the punt that opened the game last week, had the muff that set up the first score for Incarnate Word, and I think the coaches, especially since they're having to rely on Ethan a little bit more in the offense tonight on every down with Lazard out, and we haven't seen Kenneth Bibbins yet either. We know that he came into the game with a bruised pectoral muscle, and I think the coaches are trying to avoid having to use him if they can get by without it. And we see him, number 85, down there near the huddle, but he's not going out onto the field. And so, you know, with Ethan involved in the offense a lot more tonight, they are probably, as you said, Jeff, giving some other guys some looks.
Well, and up 14-0, I don't think they want to risk putting Bibbins out there just yet. And we already know Lazard's not going to be out there with his strep throat. There's been a few players banged up. That's not unusual when you get into November.
Right.
A lot of teams are nicked up all across the country.
Going with the two-back set, and this is another byproduct of some of the injuries to the wide receiving core. Two running backs in on first down. Handed off to Craig Bell. He tries to run to the left side, and that's been his signature so far tonight. But this time Texas College sniffs it out, and they meet him in the backfield and drop him back at the 8-yard line for a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, very nice play on the defensive side of the ball by Jeremy McMillan out of Gilmer, Texas, which is in East Texas as well. He was able to get off his block and make the tackle.
2nd down and 17, handed off to B.J. Kelly, and Kelly snakes through the defensive front for a couple of yards out to the 11-yard line, and that's a pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd down and about 14 to go.
Lonnie King, I think we're going to see a pass right here.
And it would be number 1 tonight, I think.
It would be. You see Kadarius Baker. Looks like he's got a little flap jacket on right there. Maybe he's taking a few hits here. You can see the flap jacket there under his jersey. Freshman having a good season here for HBU. Got a chance to see his father before the game again, just like last week. Always wears the jersey.
And he will throw, has time across the middle, goes to Ethan Fry. Fry bobbled it, held on, makes the catch, but he's going to be short of the necessary yardage for a first down, dropped at the 19-yard line, and it'll be 4th down, and the Huskies will have to kick the ball away.
Well, it wasn't just that Ethan Fry had no one around him, but he did have an official right in front of him that might have just kind of scared him just enough to make him think somebody was closing in, but it was an official. And let's face it, zebra stripes right in front of you, it's hard not to look at.
Exactly. David Duncan on to punt.
Let's give him credit for making a catch.
Duncan got a unique honor this past week. He was the 3rd runner-up for the FCS Punter of the Week, as noted by the CFPA, and gets a pretty good kick that gets a friendly roll for HBU on this one, and it's down at the 36-yard line. And so Texas College will head back out after their first stop on defense of the Huskies tonight.
It's always kind of a double-edged sword when your punter wins an award.
Yeah.
It's good and bad. It means your offense didn't do as well as they should have, but at least your punter gave you some field position to work with.
Well, he averaged over 40 yards a kick in the game on 6 punts against Incarnate Word. Had a pretty good night that night and got some good rolls in that game at San Antonio.
The crowd here, kind of a late arriving crowd, but this side of the stadium, the home side, very packed, looking good. Final night game here of the season. Of course, next week's game, a 3 o'clock in the afternoon start, kickoff. That time of year where the afternoons are pretty nice in the state of Texas, one of the more beautiful times of the year to be in the Lone Star State.
Just when it's starting to feel like football weather, the season's going to come to an end. Here's Griffin, wants to throw on first down, has a receiver. It's Allen across the middle, makes the catch at the 41-yard line. They're going to give him the 42. It's wrapped up immediately, but he's going to get 5 yards out of it. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Clock rolls with 1:07 to go.
You know, we talked about the comparison stats with Texas College, 117 points scored, 324 allowed. HBU, 101 scored, 198 allowed. More on that in a moment.
Hand off to Gray up the middle. He's hit at about the 45-yard line. Got about 3, maybe 4. They're going to give him the 46, so that'll bring up 3rd yard to go.
McNeil was a large reason why their passing attack and their ground game has been effective this year. Over 1,000 yards passing and pretty good stats on the rushing, 324 with a total of 11 touchdowns.
Griffin completes a pass on 3rd down. Sidbury makes the catch, slips away from the first tackler, and gets into Huskies territory down to the 45-yard line.
But it is Griffin who got the start tonight. He's making the most of his opportunities. Wide open, hitting his man, picking up a first down there. Nice second effort. Again, back to that missed opportunities on defense. Got to wrap up.
Still would have been a first down, but might have cut that gain about 5 yards short. And here's a handoff to Gray up the middle. He's down inside the 45 to the 44, a 2-yard pickup on first down.
I'm sure Vic Shealy's thinking right now as the first quarter comes to an end that he was impressed the way his team got off to the good quick start, but really the momentum has shifted back over to Texas College the last 5 or 6 minutes here of the first quarter. So despite the 14-0 lead by HBU, it's a game.
15 minutes in the books. We've got 3 quarters to go. The Huskies have opened up a 14-0 lead here in the first 15 minutes. You're watching and listening to HBU Huskies football presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
If you're looking for the best selection of crawfish on this side of Louisiana, the Louisiana Crawfish Hut is the place to go. Our seafood selection will make you go home completely satisfied with our dishes, such as our oyster louie and hut platter, not to mention desserts that will cure your sweet tooth craving. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut offers any type of atmosphere you're looking for, whether day or night, 7 days a week with the best service you will find around. Come in and watch your favorite team on any of our 16 TVs. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut, located off Highway 90 in Crosby, offering the best that Louisiana has to offer here in Texas.
Welcome back into Crusader Stadium on the campus of Strake Jesuit College Prep in Houston, the 2013 home for your HBU Huskies. They move on campus next year over to Dunham Field, and looking forward to that, Jeff. That should be a lot of fun when these games are actually on campus at Houston Baptist.
Yeah, beautiful field, seats on the way. It's going to be nice.
Here on the first play of the period, Griffin wants to throw, and he's pressured and gets a pass off. It's incomplete across the middle, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, so far, Kadarius Becker with just the one pass, and it was completed. But Cortez Griffin has looked pretty impressive. 5 of 8 so far. Did have the one pick six, though. That hurt them big time. But right now, his current drive has been pretty impressive. In fact, the last 2 drives for Texas College, they've been able to move the ball.
This is a big play. Coach Shealy talked about 3rd downs for his defense and being able to get off the field on 3rd down. And here they come with pressure, and the pass is complete to Sidbury. Makes the catch, but he's not going to escape the pressure from Keith Ewing, who wraps him up and drops him for very little gain, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Nice open field tackle by Ewing. You can see he gets to the ball quickly, wraps up, drops him down. Short pickup of only a few yards.
And actually, it was Ori Bankel who got over there first. You see him sprinting off the field with the punt return team coming on. And Ewing wrapped up at the end of the play. But it's 4th down now at the 43-yard line, and Huskies about to get the ball back. Snap back to Johnson. He gets an end-over-end kickoff. It's going to angle to the far sideline, take a Husky roll at the 21-yard line, and that's where it's downed by Texas College. And so HBU back out onto the field.
Kind of a bend but dope break so far here on the defensive side for HBU. Texas College has moved the ball, you know, between the 40s, if you will, but they haven't been able to penetrate much further into HBU territory than that. Offensively, the Huskies have looked good. See if they get back to running the football again, or maybe even look for some play-action pass now with 3 wide receivers out.
Big number in the first quarter, 12 minutes and 11 seconds. The Huskies held the football on offense. That's a nice change for this team that's often seen their defense out there most of the game. Here's a handoff and a quick hitter up the middle. B.J. Kelly out across the 30 to the 35-yard line, and a 1st down on the 1st down run.
Yeah, this drive starting on the 23-yard line. Good opportunity to put something together. Nice run there by Kelly, picking up the 1st down and then some.
Right back to the line of scrimmage. Kelly off the left shoulder of Baker. Jeff mentioned a minute ago, just one pass attempt tonight. It's been completed. Here's a handoff to Kelly again. He's got another 5 yards on 1st down. And, Jeff, if you're running the ball this well, you don't really need to worry about passing it.
Yeah, no need to pass. I mean, that's what running the football will do for you. It'll open up so many things. You can pass it later, go into your play-action pass mode. But I think a lot of football teams across the country are starting to realize that as much as they pass it, you still need to have.
So it's second down. We'll call it 19 to go, right at the 9-minute mark. Two backs in there with Baker. Wesley Lewis, lone receiver out to the right side of the formation. Down at the bottom of your screen, two receivers out to the top. Ethan Fry. And looks like Kenneth Bibbins out that way as well. Pump fake on second down, and the pass is incomplete, almost intercepted. And that was Coronado Edwards.
Yeah, watch this pass right here. Kadarius Baker under a little bit of pressure, but once that man was blocked and was falling to his feet, Baker had a little more time. He could have maybe looked at his second or third option there on that play. This 5-play, 24-yard drive, it's a key 3rd and 20 right here.
Long down in distance here, and so we'll see if he tries to launch one up the field a little bit here. Play fake, now pressured, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield, wrapped up as the rush came from the edges, both sides, and they got back there and dropped Baker all the way back at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, once Baker made the fake, he turned around, and 3 Texas College players were right on him. You see number 61 right there at the end losing his helmet, and the Steelers stepping up big right there on that 3rd and 20. It was a passing situation. You know they're going to pass, and you've got to get pressure on him, and that's exactly what Texas College did.
Duncan gets a snap and delivers a low line drive kick. It's going to get a friendly roll again, and Duncan's becoming the master of that. This one's going to roll all the way down to the 6-yard line, and that's where the Huskies will pin Texas College for this possession.
Such a weapon to have a punter who can punt the ball, you know, deep downfield and win that possession type field position battle. Thank you.
And, you know, they don't count style points on these kicks either, so it doesn't matter what it looks like getting there. And now for some reason, I didn't see this, but I guess it went, somebody must have touched it at the 14 because that is where they're going to spot the football.
Yeah, that initial bounce, there was a couple of HBU players fairly close to it. Maybe we can take a look at it one more time and see who might have touched it. It was close, but it looked like somehow it skipped through and rolled all the way down inside the 4-yard line, but the officials say no. Let's take a look. Here we go one more time. This was the 3rd down play where the big sack, huge loss right there. It was all HBU could do just to punt back to the original line of scrimmage. But then they got the friendly roll, and talk about how important punts are. I mean, that was a good 50 yards right there with that roll.
Griffin from the shotgun on 1st down. He gets pressured and throws across the middle, and again has a receiver have the ball slip through his hands, and it hung there in the air for a minute. Garrett Dolan's kind of shaking his head as if to say, man, we had a shot at that one too.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of was deflected from not only one, but perhaps 2 players right there.
Clock stops, 7:43 to go here in the first half. Huskies up by 2 touchdowns, 14-0, and those came in the first 5.5 minutes of the ball game. Griffin pressured out of the pocket on the run. He's going to be wrapped up before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Dropped back there. Garrett Dolan, Keith Ewing over there to wrap him up.
Yeah, Garrett Dolan stepping up big out of Baytown. I want you to watch where Dolan is to make the position and the play. Check him out. On the far left side, ran towards the sideline. Use that sideline to your advantage. It's like an extra player over there. He was able to wrap him up, give him no choice on where he could go. Nice job.
So now it's 3rd down. We'll call it 13 to go. They need to get out to the 24-yard line. Ball is at the 11. 3 receivers out to the left side of the formation, and Griffin wants to throw right. Has a single receiver that way. It's Johnson, and he tried to make an acrobatic catch and could not do it. Pretty good coverage that time by Moncure.
Yeah, nice job by Moncure. Do need to kind of look around off that shoulder and find out where the ball is just a little bit quicker.
And actually, that was John Westby.
Yeah, Westby had a rouse. Texas College fans, not too much to be happy about so far in this game, but they've put together some decent drives, but this particular drive ends nowhere with HBU forcing a punt now.
One of the things that's got to make Vic Shealy happy so far is his team is, when they've got these third down situations, they're getting off the field. Zach Lazarine takes a low line drive punt at the 44-yard line, and he returns it down to the 41. Got a flag back up the field at the 9-yard line. We'll see what this is about.
Already pretty good field position here for HBU. We'll see. Yeah, legal formation against Texas College. Looks like a 5-yard penalty. So
I think Vic Shealy's going to say we want the ball right where it is. That's pretty good starting field position.
Yeah, no need in letting them punt again.
Officials tonight, by the way, our lead referee is Eddie Shelton. The umpire is Matt Salas. Linesman is Marvell July. Line judge is Spencer Stelgis. Bag judge T.J. Riley. Field judge Mark Graves. And the side judge is Julian Alvarez.
Looks like they did mark off the 5 yards.
So they step it off from the end of the play, and Huskies starting field position just got a little bit better with 6:40 to go here in the first half and a 14-0 lead. And now they're probably going to give the 5 yards back.
Legal procedure.
And I think that's the first whistle against HBU tonight.
Yeah, false start here against HBU, and we're just right back where we started, but unfortunately for the Huskies, it will be now 1st and 15.
Looked like Eddie Shelton, from trying to read his lips there, called that one on Jared Britton. Handoff on 1st and 15. And it's Craig Bell. Bell gets down to the 31-yard line, and that's going to be a 10-yard gain.
Little read option play right there. Bell picking up some nice yardage, and then you see at the top of your screen there, Bibbins in a blocking duel, kind of like a couple of Rams butting heads up there at the top of your screen, and no flags thrown, but nonetheless, sometimes you want to stay on that block as long as you can, and sometimes the defense, hey, they're like, the play ended 5 seconds ago. Why are you still blocking me?
Timeout called on the field.
We're going to get a timeout. Texas College looks like they're going to use a timeout here. And it gives us a break here in the action. 14-0 HBU Huskies. You're watching Huskies football, powered by the Legacy Sports Network and presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
On May 6, 1985, identical twins were separated at birth. Despite their different upbringings, they shared one invaluable trait. They were both born to assist. Chris Paul was destined to become the ultimate team player. Cliff Paul was destined to lead a life of helping others. And that led him to become a State Farm agent. When assisting is in your blood, you know it. Find a State Farm agent born to get you to a better state.
Beautiful Saturday night here in Houston. The Huskies with the football. A big 2nd down and 5 on this possession. They are in Texas College territory. And a handoff on 2nd down. Give it to Craig Bell. He has a seam open up in the middle of the line and gets it down inside the 25. That's enough for a 1st down to the 22.
I tell you, HBU is picking up some big chunks of yards Usually it seems like on key first, maybe second down plays, picking up 5, 6, 7 yards a carry, starting to add up.
Bell's had some good carries. He was a leading rusher in last week's game. Of course, Huskies didn't mount a lot on the ground last week, and boy, he takes a hit there on the first down handoff. He might say, let's not run that play again.
Bell just got his bell rung right there.
Joseph Cook, number 52.
Bow.
Watch him. He was right in there.
Cooking Bell, huh?
Yeah. Norman Thompson as well. Second down, a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Play fake. And a completion to Maxwell Brown. Max inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Baker hadn't passed a lot, but when he has, he's been on the money tonight and gets another first down there.
Yeah, Maxwell Brown was open on this play. You can see Kadarius Baker using the play action to make it work. And look at the block downfield by Ethan Fry as well. Nicely done.
1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. Give him the 9. And the Huskies knocking on the door, trying to up this lead. It's 14-0 right now. We roll under the 5-minute mark to go till halftime. 2-back set again. Kelly and Bell out there with Baker. Brown, the tight end, tight to the right side. Hand it off to Kelly. Takes it left. Looks to turn the corner. And does. He's going to be wrapped up, though, as he got back to the line of scrimmage. Did a good job just to keep that from being a negative play.
Yeah, absolutely. Good piece of running right there. That's one thing HBU has, a good plethora of running backs. And, you know, that's a play right there that was going nowhere fast, and he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe even pick up a yard.
2nd and goal. They go with 3 wide receivers. Bibbins out to the left side. Fry in the slot to the right. Wesley Lewis out wide to the right side of the formation. B.J. Kelly, the lone back, tight end. Max Brown is tight to the right side. Handed off. Stutter step. Kelly up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown. Huskies.
Yeah, B.J. Kelly, nice job sprinting into the end zone. And a big high five with his offensive line there. You don't often see the offensive line jumping up and down after a play, but hey, they're feeling pretty good, up 20-0 right now. Kelly, nice piece of running right there. Great running game here for HBU so far in the first half against Texas College.
3:56 to go in the first half. Duncan on to hold for Shin, and the kick is up, and it is good. And another flag. I thought I saw a flag. I do. We'll see. Sort it out. And it's going to be called on Texas College. We can see the reaction, but the Huskies will take a 21-0 lead here with just under 4 minutes to go till halftime. This is HBU Huskies football, presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation on the Legacy Sports Network.
If I get pneumonia,
break my arm.
Need to know if my pain is something more.
I know I can trust Neighbors Emergency Center to save me.
they save my time.
They'll save me from missing the championship.
They'll save me from missing my meeting.
They'll save me from missing the chance to walk her down the aisle someday.
They save me.
He saves me.
You save me.
Neighbors Emergency Center saves lives.
Neighbors Emergency Center. Care that counts. Experience that matters.
(21-0) as we come back to Crusader Stadium. Lonnie King along with Jeff Power heading toward halftime, and the Huskies have extended the lead to 3 touchdowns now.
Yeah, the volleyball team off to a good start this year for HBU as well. Of course, already well into Southland Conference play. Senior middle blocker Katie Wenger had a huge game for the Huskies in their win over McNeese State, 3-1. She had 22 kills. And HBU 11-14, 6-7 in SLC play. Go support those Huskies. Get your dogs up.
Kickoff down to the goal line. Allen brings it out across the 10. He's hit at the 15-yard line. And wrapped up there. Pretty good job by Keith Ewing on the coverage. downfield.
HBU's had some great balance in that running game so far. B.J. Kelly, Craig Bell, Larry Day, even Kadarius Baker at quarterback has had a couple of good runs. And that's what we wanted to see going into this game. Establish the run. It'll open up some things, opening up that passing offense as well. 21-0, Huskies on top here in the second quarter.
Defense back out there, and Baker, or check it, Griffin, at quarterback, hands it off to Taylor Gray out across the 15. He gets to the 17. Give him 2 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, the big hit right here, short gain, and I tell you, that's what you need by your defensive players, especially at the linebacker position, and Garrett Dolan doing a nice job of not only making the hit, but using every bit of his 6'2", 235 frame to bring him down.
Under center, Griffin wants to drop, 3-step drop to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, launches it downfield, has Jamal Johnson. He makes the catch inside the 40. He couldn't keep his balance, or he would have had a touchdown. Falls down at the 35-yard line, and it's a big gainer for Texas College.
Yeah, this play's kind of been here today for Texas College. You see the little pump fake, got himself a little extra time, and Griffin lets it fly. And, yeah, about a good 3 or 4 yard step there, and nice job hauling that one in. Couldn't quite keep his balance, but a nice job nonetheless.
And off to Gray on 1st down, and Garrett Dolan and Keith Ewing just clog up the hole and drop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd and 10.
That's what you want to do if you're HBU. Forget about what just happened. Let's move on to the next play, and they do just that, making a big stop. Tell you, that catch by Jamal Johnson was fantastic, but couldn't quite keep his footing. But the most important thing for him was to make sure he caught it.
He's lined up wide to the left side of the formation. Lone receiver is Jarius Allen out wide to the right side. Sid Berry in the slot to the left. Pump fake, throw across the middle. It's picked off. Intercepted by Taylor Thompson again. He's still on his feet and has a lane. Bounces off a would-be tackle, and now he's hit from behind, and they're going to say he was down by contact as the ball came loose. But Thompson returns his 2nd interception of the night down to the 37-yard line.
Tell you, Taylor Thompson's been stepping up big tonight. Couple of picks. He wanted another pick 6. Look at this. Right place at the right time. Starts directing his blockers downfield. He's thinking, hey, this is like my running back days at Belleville. Here we go. Let's see if he was down, though. It's going to be key. It looks like he was down.
Yeah, I think he was. I think you're right.
That's what you got to watch out for. When you're running downfield, there's always someone coming up from behind. You've got to make sure you're not holding that football out there like a loaf of bread. Tuck it away.
Well, these DBs don't think about that. 2nd interception tonight. Here's a handoff on 1st down, and it's Tanner Peavy who's out there for his first carry.
Tanner Peavy probably sitting over there next to Vic Shealy saying, come on, let me get some of this. Everybody else is running the football.
Man, all these young running backs, that is a positive sign for future years for this team, and they have a wealth of talent there. Peavy's done well, Day's done well. Those guys are in there right now with Baker, but they can't break the starting lineup because of B.J. Kelly and Craig Bell.
No question.
Here's a handoff. Peavy runs it to the right side, stretches it out, turns a corner inside the 30. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and that's right at the sticks. And they're going to say that's a 1st down.
I think what you're seeing is the offensive line for HBU has just done a nice job. Even when they're pulling here on this play, they're getting out quickly, making their blocks downfield, enabling their running backs to pick up some huge yardage. Make the offensive coordinator look like a genius when that line can push back about 5 yards.
1st and 10, handoff, Peavy again, inside handoff this time, and he goes down to about the 25-yard line. And you're sitting about 5 seats over with a wall in between from the offensive coordinator, Scott Smith.
Yeah, I know Scott from his days at Rockwall. And this is, if you think about it, offensive coordinators, they put together these plays, but without the offensive line doing their job up front. Most plays don't work. But tonight you're seeing the plays working because HBU's offensive line's doing a nice job.
54 seconds to go till halftime. Huskies call a timeout with a 21-0 lead. You're watching it on the Legacy Sports Network, brought to you by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing the all-new mouth-watering grilled onion cheddar burger, topped with melty white cheddar and caramelized onions. Plus all your tasty favorites for just $1 each. Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little. A McDonald's Dollar Menu.
Under a minute to go till halftime. Stick with us. Coming up at the half, we'll recap the first half scoring and give you some of the stats from the first 30 minutes of play. Talk about some of the other things going on around campus this week at HBU. And there you see Cortez Iwagwu heading off the field into the locker room. And on the second down play, pressure comes up the middle, and Kadarius Baker just got the pass off, incomplete, intended for Wesley Lewis.
Yeah, you've got such good field position right now. Good job by Baker of just getting rid of it, because they're in field goal range right now, but had he taken a sack right there, they'd be out of field goal range.
3rd down and 8. The ball is at the 25-yard line. They need to get down to the 17. On the Steers side of the 50-yard line, and trying to get into that red zone again and maybe add to this lead before the break. Baker gonna throw, looks to the far sideline, has a receiver, it's caught. Kenneth Bibbins dropped at the 1-yard line. He can't even get up to celebrate.
Fantastic play right there. Look at the pass here by Baker. Plenty of time, unloads it downfield. Hey, when you can play jump ball in this corner, I'll take my chances on Bibbins every time. And that ball is marked out on the 1-yard line, but great concentration by Bibbins. And you know that's got to hurt with that pectoral muscle being a bit strained, but he says, hey, we're playing football right now. I'm going to make a grab.
Volker got him down at the 1-yard line, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout. It's going to be called.
You know, the men's basketball team at HBU released their schedule, obviously, and in addition to the 18 games in its first season in the Southland Conference, to 2013-2014 basketball schedule, highlighted by road games against national runner-up Michigan and, of course, Big 12 foes Texas Tech and Texas. And you know that's going to be exciting, Lonnie, getting a chance to see HBU playing in venues like up in Ann Arbor, Lubbock, Austin, getting a chance to really see what they've got. And I know Ron Cottrell does a nice job with the basketball team. What's your thoughts as they head into this season?
Well, they're not going to have a single senior on the roster this year. No senior day coming up at HBU during basketball season this year. So it's a young team, and I know they're excited about being ready to compete in the Southland Conference. And I think because a lot of the people in the conference don't know much about this team, might be able to catch a few of their opponents during the conference season by surprise.
Well, and Ron does such a fantastic job with the HBU basketball team. The place will be rocking. I remember back in the day when the Houston Rockets used to train over at HBU. We'd come over there and you'd see Charles Barkley and all the guys just hanging out. About the mid-90s, I think that was, right?
Yep, would have been right about then. Out of the timeout, the Huskies right back to the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in there with Kadarius Baker. Larry Day, B.J. Kelly. 2 receivers out to the left side of the formation. Tight end, tight to the right. Handed off. Day up the gut into the end zone. Touchdown.
And all day, the running game has been working for HBU, and another touchdown on the ground. Just what the doctor ordered. Needed to establish the run in this game, and they've been doing it all day. And it's Mr. Day right here into the end zone for the touchdown. And Tell you, B.J. Kelly, Craig Bell Jr., this entire running back crew for HBU, Larry Day included, ought to feel pretty good about what they're doing here in the first half. Up now 27-0, make it 28.
Shin's extra point is good, and 39 seconds to go in the first half, and the Huskies have extended the lead.
Now you see on the sidelines there, some running backs there giving each other some love, pats on the back, of course taking care of the offensive line as well. Good to see the smiles over there. Hey, when you're running the football in this sport, good things happen when you can run it well. Opens up so many other options.
By the way, that is Larry Day's first touchdown of the season. He had played in all 5 previous games. 19 carries coming into the ball game, 89 yards rushing, but his first touchdown run of the season. So he joins Craig Bell and B.J. Kelly, who have scored rushing touchdowns this year for the Huskies.
Someone get him that football. I believe that's his first collegiate touchdown, too.
28-0. So obviously, Jeff, to the important point here, they did bottle up the halftime speech and give it at the pregame meeting tonight.
Fast start, good running game, pass rush on defense. It's working.
Good kick by Shin. There's no wind really to speak of tonight. It goes a couple of yards deep, and it's going to be down to back there. On the return that time, Bradford Lewis took the knee in the end zone.
Only 39 seconds to play here in the half, and you just want to make sure you can keep that 0 on the board. You want to drop back and get into maybe a prevent defense here. Don't want to allow anything over 10 yards as far as passes. And let's talk about that HBU defense as well. They've been impressive. They also have one of the touchdowns here in the game. The big interception return by Taylor Thompson, 46 yards.
Shotgun formation on first down. Griffin flushed out of the pocket. He has a lane. He'll take off and run with it. And a block, a devastating block on the run. And down on the field for the Huskies, looks like Kalen Norris took a big hit.
Yeah, let's see what happened here towards the end of the play.
That's
Norris is going to come on here, and oh yeah, he gets blocked.
Actually Terrell Brown, I think, 36 instead of 35.
Brown. Yeah, well, and you know, it wasn't just the hit, but he also got hit in the helmet after the play had finished while he was lying there on the ground. Let's take a look at that play one more time. That ball, it wasn't just that he got blocked and he didn't see that coming, but then as another player was running by, he's going to get hit right in the head. So we'll watch this as this play unfolds. So that you see it right there, and then it's the knee to the head. I've heard those are the kind of that knee to the head is that can result in a concussion. You don't want to speculate or anything, but you can see the way that he's getting up right now. It's Terrell Brown III out of Fresno, Texas. A little shaken up there, a little woozy. But he is walking off under his own power. That's always good to see.
Played high school football for the Hightower Hurricanes and part of some long playoff runs in high school with those teams. A little woozy, but he walks off the field. That's good to see. He's still getting a little bit of attention on the sideline. But it's a first down out at the 40-yard line for the Texas College Steers. Clock is stopped with 28 seconds to go. He's probably just waiting for the bells to stop ringing.
Kind of covering up that ear hole there, huh?
Turn that music off. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Officials trying to get everybody back in order, and now they're ready to go. Start the play clock. Griffin flushed out of the pocket, pressure from behind, and he's hit by Cameron Lacroix. The ball is loose, and I think Texas College came up with it, but a big hit on the sack by Cameron Lacroix. And now there's still some separation, and Huskies say they've got the football. And Austin Holly's being sent home from the fracas. And it is Huskies football.
Yeah, big play right there as we watch Cameron LaQuan. Looks like Cameron actually came up with the ball, too. You see him fighting off the block, comes from behind, makes the big hit, sees the ball down on the ground, then there's a big fight over it, and somehow LaQuan came up with it. He said, that's my ball. I made the hit. I'm taking that
he's
ball.
Like, I'm tired of these guys coming up with their own fumbles. Big Cameron had a fumble return for a touchdown against Oklahoma Baptist.
Right here. LaQuan looks like he's wearing a size small jersey. How he got that sucker on.
We got to talk to the coaches.
That 82 is as stretched out as it could be.
38-yard line, 1st and 10, 19 seconds now. Do you take a shot here before halftime and try to put some more points on the board?
Why not? I mean, we'll see. They are lining up, and it looks like a single back set with 19 seconds to play here in the half. Quick timeout call, looks like.
I think a little bit of personnel confusion that time as they were late getting onto the field. That's going to be, I think, the Huskies.
Look at that quick clock there. Kind of didn't seem like they had the full. Maybe that fumble kind of slowed things down a little bit. Didn't get a chance to really realize whether or not they had the ball. And by the time they figured out they did have the ball, they forgot they had to go run a play. I don't think there's any question. You see the happy faces on the sideline here for HBU, and that is good to see.
Brent Wieselmeyer, one of the co-defensive coordinators, was just talking to Terrell Brown there, and now he's walking up and down the sideline talking to his defense. They come up with several big plays to be exact here in the first half.
Well, we said coming in this was a winnable game. We thought that there would be a chance for HBU to really kind of shine and show what they could do offensively, and their offensive line has really made some things happen. They've run the ball well. It's opened up the passing game when they've needed to. They haven't really thrown it much, and they'll get one here.
Gonna throw on 1st down. Wesley Lewis down the field, makes the catch, touchdown.
It's all clicking for HBU. That only took about 7 seconds off the clock. One play drive, 38-yard touchdown pass, and wow, Wesley Lewis out of Rouse going up strong and making a huge play. Got some separation late in the play. I want you to watch how this play develops. Baker with the nice pass, and got the air into the ball. We talked about this before the game. Give him a chance to run underneath it. Fantastic job there, allowing his receiver to run underneath that ball.
Got a little bump from Joffrey Gilchrist and managed, as Jeff said, to get some separation off of that, and in stride made the catch and took it in for the touchdown, and the extra point from Travis Shin. Just like that, turns it into a 5-score lead.
Well, what a first half for HBU. 35-0. They've looked good in all phases of the game. They will go into the locker room feeling pretty good about themselves. But in all due respect, quite a few colleges have gone into halftime feeling pretty good when they played Texas College. You've got to come back out and keep that intensity up in the second half. They've been a team that has been able to battle back in a few games this year in the second half, and that's the one thing you want to do is keep that thumb down right on top of them.
And this is a position that the Huskies have not been in yet, and so it'll be interesting to see how they come out.
It's a great position to be in.
It is. But like you say, you want to make sure that you don't let your foot off the gas. Shin's got it teed up at the 35-yard line. 12 seconds to go.
Maybe they've got a hybrid ready for the second half. No gas needed.
There you go. Short kickoff. Comes down to the 20-yard line. Lateral run, and then out across the 25 to the 28 goes Ladarian Harris.
Carry made by Harris for Texas College.
He's out to the 29-yard line.
This is something we touched on earlier, the team comparisons, and you see where Texas College has averaged giving up 469 yards and really pretty equal, 1,500 yards rushing, 1,778 yards passing. And on the flip side there, the HBU defense has given up over 1,000 yards rushing, 862 through the air, 387 average. But I think the difference tonight is that HBU's offensive line has really provided some opportunities, and Texas College is just going to take a knee right here.
I think that's probably in their best interest at this point. So they will head to the locker room, and the Huskies dominate here in the first half, 35-0. We'll take a break and come back with our halftime report. All straight ahead on the Husky Sports Network. This game presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
If you're looking for the best selection of crawfish on this side of Louisiana, the Louisiana Crawfish Hut is the place to go. Our seafood selection will make you go home completely satisfied with our dishes, such as our oyster louie and hut platter, not to mention desserts that will cure your sweet tooth craving. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut offers any type of atmosphere you're looking for, whether day or night, 7 days a week with the best service you will find around. Come in and watch your favorite team on any of our 16 TVs. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut, located off Highway 90 in Crosby, offering the best that Louisiana has to offer here in Texas.
The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up. It's deep. And it's going to be gone.
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown.
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at legacysportsnetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
At Neighbors Emergency Center, we don't just save lives.
Up in East Texas. Up in East Texas. Up in East Texas.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing the all-new mouth-watering grilled onion cheddar burger, topped with melty white cheddar and caramelized onions. Plus all your tasty favorites for just $1 each. Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
It's time to go back in time, sharing the merriment of hundreds of live performances, the taste of over 1,000 foods, and the fun of dozens of games and rides. And be sure to enjoy special savings opening weekend, October 12th and 13th. Brought to you by DeMontron Coca-Cola. Huzzah!
If you're looking somewhere to do some custom embroidery, screen printing, or just find some awesome bling, then it's time to head to Trademark Images. They are located at 4126 Center Street in the heart of Deer Park and are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Trademark Images does just about everything on just about anything, from rhinestone tees to having your favorite school fan wear. Call them today at 281-930-4700 and go like them on Facebook as well. That's Trademark Images, your hometown spirit store.
On May 6, 1985, identical twins were separated at birth. Despite their different upbringings, they shared one invaluable trait. They were both born
Ladies and gentlemen, your HBU Huskies Elite Dance Team. We have an extra contest now at halftime. An extra special treat. 2 lucky students from the Academy will participate in a 20-yard dash to the end zone against Mingo the Husky. If the first students are able to score a TD on Mingo without losing their flags and finish in the end zone, they'll win a gift card of 1 dozen free cookies each, courtesy of Tiff's Treats. Good luck.
Up in East Texas, especially up in East.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing McDonald's.
We'll give her a touchdown on that one. Mingo all set to go. In the traditional Mingo 4-point stance. Good lateral movement by our other player, defeating Mingo to the end zone, and we've got 2 winners tonight. And Mingo probably deserves a dozen cookies too. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association would like for you to join them in thanking the 2012-2013 Alumni Board of Directors for their contribution to the university through their hard work and loyalty. They have worked extremely hard to help ensure that this inaugural football season at HBU was enjoyed by all, from their creative collaborations on game day, ways the many hours spent preparing tailgates. Their efforts and dedication have made this inaugural season of football a success for everyone involved. Please join me in recognizing the 2012-2013 Alumni Board of Directors. Dr. Leslie Kennedy Adams, class of 1986. Mr. Brandon Baca, class of 2000. Mr. Bryce Birch, class of 2002. Mr. Christopher Chesney, class of 2007. Mr. Russell Cravens of the class of 1999. Mrs. Rachel David of the class of 2009. Ms. Anna Diaz of the class of 1987. Mr. Stephen Farrell of the class of 1999. Mr. John Furness of the class of 1986. Ms. Nina Harrison of the class of 2010. Ms. Brenda Jackson of the class of 1995. Mr. Derek Owens of the class of 2007. And Mr. Jack Marcados of the class of 1990. We would also like to recognize all our former Alumni Board of Directors who are standing on the sidelines. They've created a legacy that is still being felt today. Thank you all once again for all your hard work and service to HBU. Ladies and gentlemen, HBU would like to recognize and thank our sponsor again, Memorial Hermann Hospital, for their commitment to HBU athletics. And HBU would also like to thank Which for being a part of Husky athletics. Which currently with 20 locations in the Houston area, including the nearby Dunvale and Westheimer store. Their sandwiches are highly customizable and offer thousands of choices. Which superior sandwiches.
Here at halftime at Crusader Stadium on the campus of Strake Jesuit College Prep, the HBU Huskies with a 35-0 lead at the break. And Jeff, it's been all Huskies all the time here in the first half.
Yeah, it was just what the doctor ordered. We talked about how they had to get out to a quick start. They did just that. They scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of about a minute and a half. And then on top of that, they were able to run the football really well. And I thought that was really the key, one of their strengths. Defense got a great pass rush, another thing we alluded to. And really the best half of football HBU has played in the history of the school.
Yeah, and last week at Incarnate Word, they only amassed 220 total yards of offense in the game. Here in the first half, they've already got 208 yards of offense.
Yeah, and it's really been the play of all four of their running backs. If you think about it, B.J. Kelly has done a great job. Of course, Craig Bell and Larry Day. I don't think there's any question about it. The ground game's been there, and let's give a chance to talk about that offensive line as well. The offensive line has been sensational. They have really provided the holes and the big gaps up front. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it has. They've been able to run the ball, and then when they've needed to pass, which hasn't been often, Kadarius Baker's been deadly accurate tonight.
Yeah, he has. He had the big pass play to Bibbins right around the 1 yard line, and it was good to see him get up and make a big play. Kenneth Bibbins, of course, had a bit of a pectoral injury going into the game, and was able to stretch up, make a fantastic play, and that led to a touchdown right after that. So I don't think there's any question. They've been able to run it. They've been able to pass it. Their defense has got a lot of pressure. There was a couple of drives there where Texas College was able to move the ball, about 20, 30 yards each drive, but for the most part, I don't think there's any question about it. Big Sheila's going to be feeling pretty good right about now.
Got to be real happy with the 35-0 lead here at the break. The offense has spread the wealth around, and the defense has gotten into the act as well with the interception return for a touchdown by Taylor Thompson. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll get you set up for the second half. You're watching HBU Huskies football, and it's presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation. just about set for the second half kickoff. Huskies are back out onto the field, and Texas College making their way back out across the way as well. HBU with a 35-0 lead here at the break. And the Huskies are going to try to add on to that and keep the momentum going here in the second half of play. And, Jeff, it's going to be hard to top the dominance in the first half. Time of possession especially, 22.5 minutes to 7.5 minutes in possession, and basically a 3-1 advantage over the Texas College Steers.
Yeah, in fact, HBU ran 37 plays, had 208 yards of offense. They had 121 yards rushing on the ground on 30 carries. That was really the key stat. And on top of that, they held Texas College to just 40 yards rushing on 15 carries. Really, Texas College, most of their efforts have been through the air. Their quarterback, Cortez Griffin, had a decent first half. But for the most part, HBU kind of kept him in check. It did have a decent 25 yards on the ground, as does Taylor Gray at the rushing there. But as far as passing, 84 yards through the air for Cortez Griffin, 7 of 14. And Kadarius Baker, 5 of 7, 87 yards passing, did have the one touchdown. And he's looked good. Kenneth Bibbins was on the receiving end of 2 footballs and had 25 yards. So they've kind of spread it around. Garrett Dolan's had a great half as far as making a lot of tackles, 7 unassisted, 9 total. But really it's B.J. Kelly, Craig Bell, Larry Day, Tanner Peavy. It's the running game for HBU. That was the story of the first half. And let's not forget about the Taylor Thompson 46-yard interception return for a touchdown, because, you know, that really kind of let everybody in the stands know, hey, HBU has come to play some football today. They got up quick, 14-0.
Yeah, that came with 9:12 to go in the first quarter. So less than 6 minutes into the ballgame, they already had a 2-touchdown lead. And set to go here in the second half as Travis Shin gets under it and comes down at the 18-yard line and bringing it out across the 20, out near the 30-yard line. On the return that time for Texas College was Bradford Lewis, sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Texas.
Well, we've kind of alluded to the team comparisons all night. I don't think there's any question about it that we've seen the strengths of HBU in their running game and the weaknesses of Texas College in stopping the run. And I tell you, when HBU's wanted to pass the ball, they've done pretty well there as well, the 5 of 7. They've only had to throw it 7 times, though. They've been so effective on the ground, they just really haven't had to pass it much.
Cortez Lewis back out there with the offense for the Steers, and on first down, he'll go under center and hand it off to Taylor Gray, who bounces off a tackle and out to about the 34-yard line. A 4-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage here to start the second half.
You know, HBU's been in this position on the other side where they've trailed like this before at halftime, and we always would say, hey, wipe the slate clean, see what you can do, pretend the game's 0-0 as you start the second half. I think Texas College coming out running the football is saying just that. We're going to pretend it's 0-0.
And a fumble on the snap exchange, and Griffin just has to fall on it back at the 33-yard line, and so a little benefit there for the Husky defense will set up a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that ball was just mishandled right there, and it was all Griffin could do to fall back on it.
So 3rd and 7 from the 33, and a play fake. A little waggle back to the opposite side, and Keith Ewing's going to get in there and drop Griffin back at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Keith Ewing getting that pass rush going. In fact, there was 2 or 3 HBU defenders in on the play, but watch how Ewing quickly finds out that, hey, the ball's coming my way. I'm going to skip back over here. 3 HBU players there in no time, so nice job.
Give him the 22-yard line, but either way, it's going to bring up 4th and long, 4th and 18 to be exact, and Zach Lazarine drops back deep at his own 40-yard line to wait for the punt from Jamal Johnson. Johnson gets a line drive, end over end kick that's going to bounce at the 47, and Husky falls on top of it. Usually you want to see your guys run away from that football, but Quadre Wilson falls on it at the 45-yard line. And that's where the Huskies will take over. McSheely is talking to Quadre as he comes off. I think he might have been saying, look, I don't need you to fall on that one.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second half. Looks like thought we might get a new quarterback in the situation, but it is Kadarius Baker.
Yeah, we did see Jonathan Fleming loosening up down below us here a few minutes ago.
And I think we will see him here in the second half. I don't think there's any question about it. Need to get him a few more reps. He was the starting quarterback to start the season and had a kind of a rough outing against Sam Houston State and has not been able to get back into that starting position, but he has been able to get some playing time this year.
Now we've got a penalty being stepped off. There was a hold on the punt return called against HBU, and so they'll step it off back to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Huskies will set up shop here for the first time in the second half. First and 10, handoff on first down, and it's B.J. Kelly. Tries to press forward for a couple of yards. Not much there up the middle of the defensive front. Give him 2 out to the 37.
And this is really the first time this year that we've seen HBU come out and have a two-back set to either side of Kadarius Baker. And I've liked what I've seen. It's kind of put them in a position where one can block. They can run the zone read out of each side of the field. They can run left. They can run right. And Baker's used it with play action as well to pass.
Two-back set, 2 receivers out to the left side. Handoff up the middle. Craig Bell, big hole. Still on his feet out across the 45, trying to break a tackle and tripped up at the 47-yard line. But a 12-yard gain. Check it, a 10-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, Bell picks up the good yardage right up the middle, then breaks to the outside, gives some of it back here at the end trying to make a play, but not before he picked up the first down.
They give him the 48, so let's give him 11 yards on that carry. Single back now is Kelly off the right shoulder of Baker. 2 receivers out to the right side as well. Lazarine and Fry in the slot. Bibbins the other way. Handed off, though, to Kelly. Kelly up the gut. And he slips through the first wave of tackles and out down into Texas College territory to the 46-yard line. A nice little 6-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, HBU runs up to the line, and they snap it sometimes, like right now when they feel they're ready.
And Kelly's going to get a seam and turn it up. He's got a first down, 5 yards down to the 41-yard line.
Usually we see a false alarm. They'll come up to the line and not snap it right away, but this time Baker likes what he saw and decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and snap it. Good call.
Move the chains again. The Huskies on the roll to start the second half here. Their first possession since the break. Kelly again, the lone back with Baker in the backfield. Again off his right shoulder. Hand it to him. Straight up the gut again. Tries to dance his way through the traffic. And there's a little bit of a late hit coming in. And
not just a late hit. I mean, speared him right in the helmet.
Ryan Gaines, we don't see a flag, though. So
we'll take that off the board. And should have been one, though. Let's watch the end of this play one more time. Check it out. He's
2.
laying on the ground right here, and bam! I mean, come on.
That's the very definition of a late hit. Helmet-to-helmet contact. I don't know how that didn't draw a flag. But Huskies will come back to the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass out to Ethan Fry, and they say he could not hang on. Tried to reel it in and turn it up the field at the same time, and then wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, let's see here again. Baker with a nice pass. Fry just sort of took his eye off it there for a minute. I thought he might have caught that ball. Looked like he had it long enough and then just fumbled it out of bounds. But the officials say no. You got to have control of it. Might have been juggling it. We didn't have a very good angle there, but he might have been juggling it.
Well, next year maybe we'll have a replay official to take a look at that and somebody to appeal to. Now they decide that the ball was set on the wrong hash mark, so they're going to bring it back to the near hash mark and reset both squads. 10-10 to go here in the third quarter.
Details.
3rd and 9 coming up for the Huskies.
Hey, believe me, the coordinators know which hash that ball's supposed to be on.
Exactly. And the minute you get it wrong, it'll matter. Here's Baker on the roll and tripped up down the field, and no whistle, no flag again. Quadre Wilson, the intended receiver, and he got tangled up with one of the defenders.
Yeah, Baker had he got kind of flushed out of the pocket, rolled out, had a couple of options on the right-hand side, a little further downfield, wide open. You might have seen him. That was Kenneth Bibbins, and there was no one near him. But Baker didn't see him.
4th down, and Duncan back out to punt. Just his 2nd attempt of the night. 40 yards on the first kick.
Good job by our camera crew here, Legacy Sports Network, picking up on that. And I noticed right when the play ended, Bibbins was like, I can't be any more open. But he's a good team player. He didn't make too big of a deal out of it.
Well, you know, a little guy like that, it's hard to see him down there.
All 6'5" of him? 240 pounds of him? Okay, I made him a little bigger than he was.
I noticed in your pregame package, he kind of dwarfed you.
Yeah, he's tall. I'm 6'5" myself, and I was looking up at him.
Illegal procedure. No, they're going to call an illegal shift. No, well, okay, I'm sorry. They are going to call illegal procedure, but Texas College is going to decline the penalty. And so the Huskies will punt from the 40-yard line, and this is actually Duncan's 3rd punt of the night. He's averaging 46.5 for the night, and this one will go into the end zone, give him a 40-yard punt, and it will net 20 at the or check it net 15 as they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line.
So we'll get to see a little bit about what the HBU defensive coaching staff talked about here at halftime, and a lot of the starters still out there. Of course, Taylor Thompson had the big first half, had a couple of picks, one of them a touchdown return. He's had a great season, leads the team in interceptions. Out of Belleville High School. Belleville off to a great start again this year. They're going to win that district, it looks like, and they made a deep run last year in the postseason. A lot of good players playing for the Brahmas. And if you think about it, you know, a lot of times, I mean, that's an area where, you know, Vic Shealy, he'll pay attention to those schools and, you know, 3A, 2A, because there's a lot of players that'll slip through the cracks in those lower classifications who can really play football. And I think especially in Class 3A, you think about Stephenville, you know, Lamarck down this way, a lot of good talent at that 3A level, and sometimes they go under the radar a little bit.
Absolutely, and
it's always a 4A, 5A thing, and then all of a sudden you got a 3A kid that comes out of nowhere.
Well, and you look at programs like Sam Houston State, that's where they've made a living the last couple of years, bringing in talent from those schools in those classifications, and have done very well in the process.
A lot of those kids that play in those small towns, they've been playing football all their life, a lot of good fundamentals.
Here's a pass on 1st down, swing it out. Griffin to Allen, out across the 25 to the 27.
Catch made by number 10, Allen, for
8-yard gain out to about the 28-yard line. 2nd and short to come here.
And I don't think there's any question when you look at these two teams. I mean, HBU is going to recruit Houston heavy, of course. Texas College is going to recruit East Texas, around the Tyler Longview area especially. A lot of good small classification football in East Texas.
Here's a whistle and trap in the backfield on 2nd down, but let's see what this flag's going to be about. Perhaps a pre-snap penalty. It is a false start, so they'll step off 5 yards against Texas College.
Yeah, that jump happened, and I tell you, the running back there was all he could do just to hang on to the ball, but it nonetheless, a pre-snap penalty will bring it back. Plenty to cheer about on this night. Mingo, the mascot, we got a chance to see him at halftime running around trying to catch people on the halftime field goal kicks there.
Here's a handoff on 2nd down, and it goes to Edward Burns. Burns, a 5'9" junior out of Pemberton, New Jersey. Texas College out there in East Texas has found a couple of players from the Northeast. Called the name of one from Pennsylvania earlier, and now one from New Jersey.
A lot of times that's directly related to maybe an assistant coach from that area who really recruited that area well at a previous job and just knew some players that wanted to play football and said, come on down to Texas.
It's not as cold, that's for sure. Here's pressure from behind. Griffin slips away from a would-be tackle, gets out across the 35-40, steps out at the 42-yard line. A big gain, and it'll be a first down for Texas College.
You know, Griffin has great mobility. Drops back to pass here, nobody open, tucks it, decides to run, got out into the open field, picked up some nice yardage.
Keith Ewing tried to wrap him up, couldn't get a handle on him, and he turned it into a first down run at the 41-yard line. Handed off Taylor Gray up the middle this time, out to the 46-yard line. 5 yards on that carry.
Taylor Gray, kind of a, it seems like nowadays you look in the NFL, there's a lot of prototypical running backs who are very stocky, not very tall, but really quick, like cannonballs when they come through that offensive line.
Got 5 on that carry. Sidbury shows motion, and they swing it out to him on a lateral move, and Cody Moncure was ready for it and drops him for a loss in the backfield.
That reminds me of a line from the movie Patton. Rommel, I read your book. I tell you what, a great open field tackle. Just read that play from the beginning. Moncure just did a nice job of picking up on it right away.
Drops him for a 2-yard loss back at the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7. It'll be a long 7. They need to get across midfield and inside the 49-yard line. They stack up 4 receivers in a diamond formation, and now they're going to throw to the lone receiver on the near side, and that was Allen, but overthrown. Pressure came up the middle from Garrett Dolan, and Griffin had to unload it before he wanted to.
Yeah, Dolan, he had that look on his face like, oh my goodness, no one's blocking me. This is a free shot at the quarterback. Griffin, all he could do just to get rid of it.
Brings up 4th down with 6:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
A little blitz package right there. They kind of came in strong right over the nose guard like that.
Darius Allen, the intended receiver. Pretty good coverage down the field as well. Jamal Johnson back to punt. It's a good snap from center. A wobbly end-over-end kick is going to come down short to Quadre Wilson, and he's got a seam out across the 40 into Texas College territory across midfield, and Johnson, the punter, brings him down at about the 47-yard line.
So great field position here for HBU as they'll try to add to their 35-0 lead here with 6:39 to play in the 3rd quarter. And if I'm on that Husky bench right now and I'm a backup player, I'm standing up, I'm hanging out by Vic Shealy right now and reminding him that I want to get a chance to come in and play.
Whenever you need me, Coach.
I'm ready to go.
Hey, Jeff mentioned a little bit earlier the HBU Huskies basketball team ready to get things going. We want to remind you that we will have play-by-play as they start their season Friday night up in Lubbock at Texas Tech, United Spirit Arena. First game of the season, we'll be up there for that, and then back here Saturday afternoon for Huskies football. Huskies women get underway Friday night as well at Sharp Gym, a home opener for Donna Finney in her debut as the head coach for the Huskies women. Bill Cousins will have all the play-by-play for you on that one. That's a 7 p.m. start against UT Arlington.
Yeah, it's good to see HBU getting a chance to show what they can do with the competition level, getting a little tougher year after year after year, and also helps with recruiting when you can show that kind of schedule off.
Hand off to Larry Day, who's in there at running back, and he finds a little wedge and gets through it down to the 40-yard line, 6 yards on the carry. And that'll leave 2nd down and 4 to go.
Tell you, when Day gets some daylight, he can make some things happen here. Got through the hole quickly. Picked up some good hard yards there, about 7 looks like.
Stays in there at running back off the right shoulder of Baker, who is still out there at quarterback. 2nd and 4, handed off. Now a pitch on the reverse to Ethan Fry. Fry's got a blocker in front, and he is going to get down to the 30-yard line. That's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
Make a note of that play right there. How about that speed right there from Ethan Fry? Lines up in that slot, comes right over, takes that pitch. Following the blockers downfield, did a nice job getting out there quickly.
5:45 and counting. Ball is loose on the turf, and this one is going to be recovered by Texas College. Got away from Kadarius Baker, and Johnny on the spot was Michael Lazard, a junior out of Beaumont for Texas College, and he recovers the fumble.
Yeah, Kadarius Baker, he looked like he had a chance to just try to get back to his feet and grab that ball because there was no one around him. But it looks like he might have slipped on the carpet, just could not find a way to get to his feet. Maybe thought the best way to do it was to crawl there, but that ball just kind of rolled away from him.
Well, we were hoping that Lazard might have an impact on this game tonight. We just didn't want it to be number 51 in the white jersey.
I bet you Darian's thinking, I would have loved to have played in this game.
Yeah.
They've had some opportunities on offense tonight, up 35-0.
From the shotgun on first down, here's a handoff. It's going to go to Darius Smith. Smith is the aforementioned native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania that we talked about in the first half, and he gets a 3-yard gain on first down.
Well, one thing we've seen all year long with Vic Shealy's bunch is he's not afraid to bring in a new starter each and every week, and I think everyone feels on that bench that you're one play away from getting in the game, so stay alert.
Handoff on second down, and
Fumble.
this ball is loose on the turf. Ori Bankholz took it loose, and it's recovered by Taylor Thompson, and he has been in the right place at the right time all night long.
Taylor Thompson picking up that ball quickly, and I tell you, he's been a turnover machine. Of course, the big hit right there on the defensive side of the ball, that was number 18 for HBU, Ori Bankholz, doing a nice job of popping that ball free.
5:01 to go in the third quarter, and the Huskies send the offense right back out there, and it's still mostly the first team starters out there. Kadarius Baker joined by Craig Bell in the backfield. Wesley Lewis lined up to the short side of the field. That's the right side, and Ethan Fry and Kenneth Bibbins out to the left. Handed off to Bell. Bell took a right turn after taking the handoff, took it back up the hash mark and down to the 48-yard line. That's only about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8 to go.
Clock rolling here in the third quarter.
Now we've got an injury on the field, and it's Craig Bell who's still on the turf, and maybe just a cramp. They're stretching him out.
Yeah, that's always a sign of a cramp right there, so I'm sure Craig will come out, probably take a breather here for the rest of the game, I would imagine. Don't want to take a chance there. Plenty of running backs they can bring in, no question about that. You know, the team last week that HBU played, Incarnate Word, had a pretty big win today, a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it was.
47-43,
yeah.
Yeah, you can see the look on Bell's face. He's kind of laughing. That's good to see, but he, you know, those cramps, they're painful. And it doesn't seem like the kind of night where you would see a lot of cramping, but it's a little cool out there.
He gets off the field, and B.J. Kelly comes back out, as does Larry Day. They'll go with the 2-back set on 2nd down and 8. Baker on the keeper this time, takes it up the middle. The seam opened up this time as everybody read the belly fake into Larry Day, and Baker pulled it out and took it up the middle on the option read and gets a first down to the 39-yard line.
I like how he stretched out there at the end of the play to make sure he got the first down. Believe me, he needed every bit of that stretch. He barely made that first down play, but just enough. That's what it takes.
1st and 10. Clock rolling, 3:50 and counting here in the 3rd quarter of play. Play fake, wants to throw, has a couple of receivers in the same area. Bibbins and Wilson drew a little extra attention from the defense that time as well, and it was close to being picked off.
Yeah, it looks like someone didn't run the right route there. Shouldn't have 2 receivers right next to each other.
Zimbalist Williams, number 41 over there, you saw he was a little bit
had to cover 2 men.
Pumped up.
That's why he's excited. Hey, I covered 2 players.
But they made it easy on him to cover them both. Now it's 2nd and long. Here's a handoff to B.J. Kelly. Kelly makes contact with the defensive lineman. That was Joseph Cook, who took Kelly's shoulder pads right in the chest and was drilled back a couple of yards down to the 36-yard line.
Play clock not a factor here. It's 23-22 as HBU gets set up.
Quadre Wilson in the slot, getting some direction from Kadarius Baker. He joins Kenneth Bibbins on the left side of the formation. Wesley Lewis offset to the right side. Maxwell Brown, the tight end, is tight to that side. Handed off, it's Kelly. He's going to run to the right side. Gets a couple of blocks up front. Wesley Lewis out on the edge with a nice little block. And B.J. Kelly gets the ball down to about they're going to say the 30-yard line. He thought he was down inside the 29. He popped up and signaled the first down.
A couple of nice blocks there for HBU on that offensive line, doing a fine job of opening up some holes. Mark Hilber being one. And that's what it takes. Get out of that position, get downfield, make some blocks downfield, especially when you've got that pulling guard.
Now on 4th and a yard, they're going to go for it here at the 30-yard line. Hand it off. It's Tanner Peavy who's into the ball game, gets the carry, and he's going to have the first down. Again, nice blocking up front, and Peavy just needed a yard, and he got it.
Yeah, Peavy getting just enough there. Taking a little breather now.
Now we've got a whistle before the snap, and
timeout on the field.
Texas College wants a timeout. So with 1:59 to go, that'll bring a stop temporarily to the proceedings. And we will take a break. You're watching HBU Huskies football presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you're looking somewhere to do some custom embroidery, screen printing, or just find some awesome bling, then it's time to head to Trademark Images. They are located at 4126 Center Street in the heart of Deer Park and are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Trademark Images does just about everything on just about anything, from rhinestone tees to having your favorite school fan wear. Call them today at 281-930-4700 and go like them on Facebook as well. That's Trademark Images, your hometown spirit store.
Change is inevitable. Time waits for no one. And those who look only to their past are rarely ready for their future. Never underestimate our ability, because after all, we are Texans.
Out of the timeout, Huskies back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, and a handoff on first down to B.J. Kelly. And Kelly adding to his rushing total. He's just gone over the century mark.
Yeah, we had him at 15 attempts for 104 yards, and now we can elevate that a little bit higher now. But he's averaging over 7 yards per carry, had the 22-yard run and a touchdown. Craig Bell has got 54 yards rushing on 11 attempts. Also has a TD, and Day, 7 carries, 24 yards, also a touchdown.
BJ got 7 yards on that carry, and he's replaced by Larry Day on this second down play, and Day makes the turn around the corner, and he's down inside the 5. and ripped down at the 3-yard line, and it's going to set up a 1st and goal for the Huskies.
Yeah, I think Larry Day wanted a touchdown right there, you think? Look at this play. Using the blocks downfield. Just had one man to beat, couldn't get around him, but he tried. Down at the 2.
Did a good job of getting both arms around that football to make sure it didn't come loose either inside the 5. 1st and goal now. Roll down to a minute left. Hand off to Day again. They're going to try and get him into the end zone, but he comes up a couple of yards shy down at the 2-yard line.
It's amazing how running the football can produce so many opportunities on the offense. I mean, whether it's the play action pass or really they haven't had to go to anything else because they've been able to run it so well. I think the offensive line is going to feel pretty good, but we'll see next week. A tougher opponent might be a different story. We'll have to see.
Handoff, Day plows forward, stretches into the end zone, touchdown. 2nd and 3rd effort got him there, and the first score of the second half belongs to the Huskies.
Yeah, with 25 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter, Day finds a way to bust it into the end zone for a touchdown. And after that long run where he was brought down on the 2-yard line, like to see him get the opportunity to go ahead and score the 6 points. Picks up the touchdown. Big play for Day. 2nd touchdown for him.
41-0, now 42-0 as Travis Shin adds his 6th extra point of the night. And with 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, bump up the numbers on the scoreboard one more time. 42-0 HBU. You're watching Huskies football on the Legacy Sports Network, presented by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
If you're looking for the best selection of crawfish on this side of Louisiana, the Louisiana Crawfish Hut is the place to go. Our seafood selection will make you go home completely satisfied with our dishes, such as our oyster louie and hut platter, not to mention desserts that will cure your sweet tooth craving. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut offers any type of atmosphere you're looking for, whether day or night, 7 days a week, with the best service you will find around. Come in and watch your favorite team on any of our 16 TVs. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut, located off Highway 90 in Crosby, offering the best that Louisiana has to offer here in Texas.
Along with Jeff Power tonight, I'm Lonnie King. The entire Legacy crew here bringing you this one tonight, and it's been a great night for the HBU Huskies, and the kickoff comes down at the 3-yard line, returned up the numbers out across the 15, 20, and out to the 22-yard line. And that was returned by Bradford Lewis. And Texas College will start at their own 22-yard line with just 19 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Day with a pair of touchdowns, 46 yards rushing on 10 attempts. B.J. Kelly with 111 yards rushing on 16 attempts. Craig Bell, 11 carries, 54 yards. That's been the story. Now, I'd like to see the defense maybe force another 3 and out here, perhaps another turnover.
And then we might start seeing some guys come off the bench to finish this one out. There's a keeper by Griffin. Cameron Lacroix jumps in there and wraps him up with no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 to come.
I see some of the starters already kind of looking like they're coming out. Bibbins has the shoulder pads off now, the jersey. He's out. Maybe the pectoral muscle kind of bothering him again. He did have that great catch in the first half where he had to go up high and bring it in around the 1-yard line. But that'll do it for here in the 3rd quarter. All Huskies 42-0.
It's time to go back in time, sharing the merriment of hundreds of live performances, the taste of over 1,000 foods, and the fun of dozens of games and rides. And be sure to enjoy special savings opening weekend, October 12th and 13th. Brought to you by DeMontron Coca-Cola. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huskies are saying huzzah tonight. Big night, 42-0. 3 quarters in the books, and you see Jonathan Fleming down there loosening up, and so maybe here in the 4th quarter we're going to see the sophomore from Northland Christian High School and the transfer from Abilene Christian University.
Yeah, it's good to be on this side when you're up by this many points and you get a chance to bring in your backups. HBU's had their fair share of games where they had to bring backups in when they were down by large margins. It's good to see the situation flipped, and obviously here the Huskies with a chance to pull even at 3-3 on the season and finish with a positive record next week.
Griffin wants to throw on 2nd and 10, and he completes a pass and draped all over the back of the receiver that time. Bradford Lewis for the Huskies looked like Ari Hinton. He said, "You're not going anywhere on this play." Gain of 3, 3rd down and 7. Griffin again to throw. Pressure comes up the middle, slips through and out into positive territory. He's going to pick up a 1st down out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. He's run out of bounds there, and it'll keep the drive alive for the Steers.
Yeah, HBU coming with the blitz right up the middle there. They had 3 down linemen, brought the extra man right up the middle, got the pressure that they wanted, but Griffin was able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. 2 backs operate from the shotgun. And handoff goes to Edward Burns, and they almost missed on the mesh there as Burns almost got by Griffin before he could give him the ball.
Yeah, Cameron Lacroix quickly making sure he was right on top of wherever the ball was going. I think he could have tackled either player. He was ready either way.
Yeah.
He's had a good game tonight, Lacroix.
13:34 and counting to go in this ball game. Huskies with a 6-touchdown lead, 42-0, and Griffin to throw. 2nd and 12. Now he's pressured up the middle, and he's going to be dropped. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, he's going to be dropped for a couple of yard loss. And in to make the hit that time was big Adrian Barragan.
Yeah, 6'4", 250 out of Waco, Texas. And what I liked about that was they got the pressure from the outside, but then they helped close the entire pocket and were able to contain Griffin that time. They didn't let him get out.
So Barragan getting some game time here in the 2nd half. Moves over to the right defensive end spot this time. 3rd down and long, and pressured again in the backfield, and they're going to say that Griffin was down on the ground back at the 16-yard line. He coughed up the ball, but after he hit the turf, and it's going to be 4th down anyway.
Yeah, let's see what happened. Once again, it's that pressure, and how about Dolan just getting onto him quickly right there, and that was a live ball.
I was going to say that came out. So he recovered it himself, but it was on the turf before he hit the ground. Jamal Johnson will come on to punt. He's back at his own 5-yard line. The Huskies should get very good field position out of this exchange. And even better with a short kick, it's going to bound at the 45-yard line, and Sidbury will down it at that spot. And the Huskies will start out in Texas College territory and trying to get a glimpse down on the field to see if we got any changes on the offense.
Well, Fleming's going to come in at quarterback. I think we saw that. That's probably going to happen. And I already see Bell here on the sidelines, helmet off, as is several other players that we talked about throughout the night. So some chances here now for some HBU backups to get in and show what they could do. You know, there's always that question, you know, as a coach, you're up 42-0, you're bringing in backups, they want to show what they can do. Do you want to limit their, you know, abilities by just running the football, or do you want to let them be a part of the offense and open it up and pass, because that's what HBU likes to do.
Now a quarterback for HBU, number 9.
So it is going to be Jonathan Fleming checking in. And Jackie Robinson joins him in the backfield at running back.
Jackie's thinking, man, I like what we're doing on the ground. Let's just keep running it.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me get some tonight. Fleming looks over the defense, has 2 receivers out to the left side, single receiver out wide to the right. Handed off. Robinson up the middle, wide open, and he's into the second level. 20, 10, 5 to the end zone, touchdown.
What a run by Robinson. He just looked like he was shot out of a cannon the way he went through that hole and just took off down the left side. Coach, let me show you what I can do.
Watch the tail end of this play. Look who's down there in the end zone. One of the first ones to meet him is number 9. Jonathan Fleming got down there in a hurry.
Great run. Burst of speed right there. No question about it. And that is definitely one position that HBU has got plenty of depth at, and that is the running back position.
They really do. They've got, you see Jackie Robinson there. He played on a state championship team at Pearland a couple of years ago back in the 2010 season. And he can't even get on the field. And when he does, though, you see what happens. A touchdown and the extra point is added. So 11:39 to go in our ball game. And the Huskies have extended the lead to 49-0. This is HBU Huskies football on the Legacy Sports Network, brought to you by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
With our Name Your Price tool, people pick a price and we help them find a policy that works for them. Also, we've been working on something very special. One day, the world, no, the universe, will have the pricing power they deserve. We'll work on it. Watch on.
Football fans, I see a Raising Cane's tailgate in your sights. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you have it in you to tackle that tailgate. To devour enough fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers and cane sauce to make tailgate history. Show thirst who's boss with sweet tea and lemonade. Not by the cup, but by the jug. Because this is our house. And today, you eat with the best of them. Raising Cane's, one love. Official sponsor of all things that make game day delicious.
Travis Shin with a toe into the football, and it's going to come down high and short at the 17-yard line, slipping a tackle on the return that time. For the Steers is Philip Collier out of Grand Prairie, and he gets out to the 30-yard line.
HBU with 249 yards rushing on the ground to just 62 for Texas College.
Ball is placed at the 31, 1st and 10 for the
It has
Steers.
definitely been a good night in the ground game for the Huskies on offense tonight. And defensively, I don't think you've had a more complete performance all year long by this squad.
Yeah, pitching a shutout here. Haven't had a shutout all season.
You know, that's going to be a goal now with 11 minutes to go. A handoff on first down is good for about a 5-yard gain up the middle. But I'm sure that they'd like to keep the Steers off the board tonight.
Steers do have 10 first downs, HBU with 19. They've been able to move the ball, you know, between the 30s, if you will, but at times. But fumbling exchanges and stuff seems to just, that's kind of that's been their problem. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
So it will be 3rd down now. 6 yards to go. Ball at the 35-yard line after the mix-up on the snap there. Griffin fell on it for a yard loss.
Been a game of big plays. HBU's just made bigger plays tonight.
Under center, and now they're going to get an extra 5 yards. Jamal Johnson lined up wide to the left side, or check it right side of the formation. Jumped off sides, and our referee tonight, Eddie Shelton, been a little bit busy at times during this game. He'll have him step off 5 against the Steers.
You'll have to put some extra detergent on that flag. It's been on the ground a lot. But not so much on HBU, more on on Texas College. You see here on the sidelines here, taking a break now.
It's going to be hard for the coaches to find something to pick apart tonight.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That is. And now we've got another flag.
One more mention real quick about Bibbins on the sidelines. He's taking a quick little break. All right, offsides defense here. Bibbins did have that pectoral muscle injury coming into the game, and he's now got it iced down on the sidelines. And good job our cameraman picking up on that. There he is right there. Got the ice pack going on. He's a big fella, isn't he?
Makes that ice pack look small. 3rd down, and it's 6 to go again. After the penalties stepped off on either team, here's a swing pass out in the flat to Allen. Allen makes a catch, and he's near the first down. And he's going to have it out to about the 43-yard line. That'll keep the drive alive for Texas College.
Bibbins, a transfer from University of Houston, as is Darren Lazar. About 4 or 5 players from U of H on this squad. But really what it comes down to it is a lot of the freshmen are stepping up and showing their leadership qualities tonight. That's good to see. It's not just, junior college transfers. It's the freshmen out here playing well tonight for HBU. Team loaded with frosh.
1st and 10 at the 43.
Oh,
handoff up the middle. Taylor Thompson right there at the end of that play. And we got a player down. It's the ball carrier is took a pretty good lick on that run. That is number 30, Marquez Thompson.
Yeah, and on that hit right here, let's watch it one more time and see what happened. So kind of a pop right there. Yeah, that's one of those plays where it's not a late hit, of course. The man's up. There's nothing wrong with the play. It's just a little bit high, though, and as you can see, that's usually what happens when you get hit up high like that. Player comes off the field.
Marcus thinks he's in San Antonio right now. He's aided off the field, and
you see Thompson there. He's got his helmet off, and really what happened in that play is Taylor Thompson kind of had his man stood up and kind of turned him around, and that's when he got the welcome.
Yeah, and I think it actually may have been, well, it wasn't Terrell Brown. He's not out on the field, but it was a number in the 30s that came up from the other side after you said Thompson had the runner stood up. 2nd down and 3, handoff up the gut this time, carrying it forward.
Might have been Najee Bassoon, number 32, on that hit.
Carry to just shy of the sticks needed for the 1st down. It'll be
a lot of these players that come in off the bench, they know that they want to come in and they want to lay the wood too. They want to get some good shots in when they can. They're going all out. I mean, they don't care. It's 49-0.
Less than a yard to go here, and a keeper by Griffin. He will just plow forward, and he'll pick up the 1st down. Close to the 45-yard line, and move the chains again. 8:30 and counting here in the ball game. The outcome is no longer in doubt. Just need to know what the final score is going to be, and the Huskies are trying to make sure that Texas College leaves without denting the scoreboard tonight. Griffin wants to throw on 1st down, pressured, still alive in the pocket, chased around back there. He wants to throw all the way downfield, and he's going to have a receiver, but out of bounds about 5 yards. It's Allen, double covered out there.
Allen going all out. He said, I'm going to catch this ball in the parking lot if I have to. You like to see that, hey, I want to show Coach I can catch it out here, even if I am 10 yards out of bounds. But, hey, nice elusiveness here by Griffin. Watch as he Gets away twice and then unloads the ball, but definitely out of bounds.
Najee Bassoon and Taylor Thompson back there on that coverage. 2nd and 10. Hand off up the gut. It's Taylor Gray. Gray down to the 40-yard line. Give him 6 on the carry. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Brent Biesemeyer, Roger Henshaw, the defensive coaches got to feel pretty good about the way their defense is played out here. Aaron Fletcher as well. Burl Jordan. I mean, this is a great defensive effort all the way around, but they want to keep that goose egg up there on the scoreboard.
Hand off. Gray again slips through the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get a 1st down to about the 34-yard line. Stops the clock while they move the sticks. 7:20 and counting now as they reset and roll the clock. And the goal right now for Texas College is just try to get something out of this drive. Sidbury in motion to the near side, handed off to Gray up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up after about a 2-yard gain down to the 31-yard line. Hit and driven backwards by the Huskies. 2 or 3 blue jerseys in there to make the hit. Juan Trujillo was in there along with Colin Cole, 5'11" freshman out of Sugar Land Clements High School.
Clock moving now. It's under 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play.
2nd and 8. Single back set. Griffin wants to throw. Little slant stop route to the receiver out on the far sideline. And that is Joshua Isaac, the tight end out of Baytown. And he gets another 1st down right at the yard marker. Give him the 23, and that's 1st and 10 from that spot.
The one victory this year for Texas College over Wayland Baptist, a team that HBU also beat earlier this year up in Plainview, 52-28, back on September 14th. Seemed like a long time ago, right, Lonnie?
It does. Here's a handoff.
It's about 95 degrees out there on that day.
I remember it well. First win in Huskies history, as a matter of fact. A couple of yards on the carry that time by Gray. Clock keeps rolling. That's in favor of the Huskies. They're going to come away with a win that will take them back to 500 on the season, 3-3. One of the subplots right now is to try and keep Texas College out of the end zone.
2nd and 8 here.
Single back is Gray. He'll get the handoff. Takes it on a counter back to the left side, and he's going to have a 1st down inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, they've been doing most of their damage on this drive on the ground. And a nice little run right here, full head of steam.
And he is a little fire plug out there, hard to bring down. Low center of gravity, stocky build, as you were talking about earlier. Takes a handoff again inside the 5, and still on his feet, and he's going to be down at about the 1-yard line. Finally wrestled down just shy of the goal line, but this is the closest that Texas College has been to getting into the end zone all night long.
Yeah, good leg drive right there, no question about it. Moving that pile, Taylor Gray, he's out of Houston, freshman.
And keeper this time by Griffin, signal touchdown, yes.
Yeah, Griffin keeps this one himself and scores the 1st touchdown of the game here for Texas College. They are on the board.
So the shutout
offensive line.
Shutout's gone. 49-6 with the extra point attempt to come.
I don't think there's any question that I know Fleming wants to get back out there and put some points on the board here for the offense, and that's what you want to see. You want to see him continue to play and keep the the clock moving, of course.
Eric Trigueros, the kicker, nails the extra point. And so with 4:26 to go in this ball game, the Huskies defense is finally allowed a score, but they are still firmly in control of this game. 49-7. You're watching Huskies football, brought to you by the Baptist Church Loan Corporation.
The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up. It's deep. And it's going to be gone.
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown.
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at legacysportsnetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
Lonnie King along with Jeff Power, glad you are along as well tonight, as the Huskies will have a lot to celebrate here, getting ready for homecoming week, which starts up next week and will culminate here on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. And Taylor Thompson on the return loses the football on the return, but I think the Huskies, no, they're going to say Texas College comes up with the loose ball, and coming out of the stack with it is Darius Smith on special teams. The running back got down there, and Thompson lost it, and Texas College will send the offense right back out there.
If there's been one bugaboo for Taylor Thompson this year, it's been turning the football over. He'll make a big interception, he'll make a big play, and then he'll turn it over occasionally as well. Had one last week against Incarnate Word, and had several this season. He makes plays defensively with interceptions, touchdowns, you name it, but he coughs them up every now and then too.
Sets up Texas College at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. They've still got their starters out there. Cortez Griffin and Taylor Gray in the backfield. Griffin wants to throw. Looks to the left side and has a receiver. It's complete, but out of bounds was Joshua Isaac.
Yeah, you got to use that sideline when you can. Like I said, it's like having an extra player over there. You make the play to push him towards the sideline when you can.
Second and 10 from the 24. Handed off to Gray. Gray churning his way down to about the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the carry there. Wrapped up right at the 20. It'll be 3rd down and 6. And we'll go under the 4-minute mark. Hand off to Gray again. This time he'll carry it forward for a couple of yards. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Chris Petre, who was in there.
We've talked about a lot of different players on this HBU squad, and Burl Jordan, the defensive line coach, ought to feel pretty good about what his defensive line's been able to do tonight. Stacking up the middle, getting pressure. The importance of getting pressure on the quarterback and really take a offense out of their game plan. And you see Texas College here now having to line up for a field goal.
4th down and 3. Trigueros is out there. Just added an extra point after the touchdown, now trying to tack on a field goal. 35-yard attempt, line drive kick, and it's going to be wide to the right. No good. Hooked it. And so the Huskies defense, after the turnover on the kickoff return, keep Texas College out of the end zone. Corey Bankold got in there. He might have gotten a piece of that.
He got in there so quickly that I'm sure, if nothing else, he was able to apply some pressure that made the kicker think, at least.
Join the Huskies online. You can read the latest in Husky athletic news. Keep up with the
So 3:08 to go in this ball game. The Huskies will finish up their first ever football season next Saturday afternoon, right back here at Strake Jesuit Crusader Stadium. And we'll have the play-by-play for you. 3 o'clock's the start time. Handoff up to Gut. This time as Fleming is back out there, and Jackie Robinson trying to keep that 45-yard average alive. Won't be able to do that.
Yeah, Fleming is, I like the way he carried out that fake right there.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
He carried it out like he had the ball, obviously, and did not.
2nd down and 10 after no gain. Handed off to Jackie Robinson again, slips into the second level, and he's got 9 yards out to the 29, so it'll bring up 3rd and very short.
Picks up 8, 3rd down and 2.
2:22 to play. Like to see HBU pick up the first down here and keep their defense on the sidelines here for the final 2 minutes.
Tanner Peavy out there in the 2-back set with Robinson. Hand it to Jackie, and he gets out across the 30 to the 35. He is hit hard at the end of that play. Pops up, though, adjusting the helmet.
That was the old Jackie O play.
Got him a first down and takes the clock under 2 minutes to go in this one. They just want to keep the clock rolling, and Fleming hands it off again, this time to Peavy, and Peavy will get a yard maybe. There looks like going to spot him actually back at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. But that's a secondary issue right now. The Huskies basically just need about 2 or 3 more snaps, and they can head to the locker room with their 3rd win of the season. Fleming will give it to Peavy again. He's going to turn the corner. Doesn't want to go out of bounds, but he's bumped out at the 40-yard line. And that'll stop the clock with minute 15 to go.
And I'm sure he might hear a thing or two from his coaches. Definitely got to stay in bounds. Just don't take that ball that far out because you want to keep the clock moving. But it's pretty irrelevant in a 49-7 game.
Yeah, just one extra snap that they'll probably have to take here. 3rd down and 5. Fleming from the shotgun. Play fake to Peavy. Jonathan's going to throw. Has a receiver and overthrows him just a little bit. Led him a little bit too far. It's Trey Sudds. Caught a pass in the season opener and has been a little bit quiet since then. But it'll bring up 4th and 5.
He played over at East Texas Baptist and also from Center Texas. But I like the play fake here. Fleming with a nice throw. And you can see that Sudds did get a hand on it. A lot of coaches say, hey, if you can get a hand on it, you should be able to catch it. But easier to stretch one arm out than it is to stretch both of them out.
Yes. 4th and 5. And Duncan will get the kick away on 4th down as the Huskies will punt the ball back to Texas College, and they'll let the defense just run this clock out. It rolls out of bounds at the 21-yard line with 61 seconds to go in this ball game.
So the big stat of the night, I think, for HBU has just been the ground attack. Close to 250 yards rushing. Texas College has picked up some yards here on that last drive to kind of make it look a little bit more respectable. But they've just been able to move the ball on the ground. The Huskies have 19 first downs to just 10 for Texas College, and also 47 carries, 249 yards rushing.
And now Texas College back out onto the field. Griffin from the shotgun. He'll just hand it off to Gray. Gray will get out to about the 22-yard line. A yard gain on that carry, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Sets the clock in motion, and maybe one more snap in this ball game. George Cumbie, the head coach of Texas College, understands that the conclusion is no longer in doubt, and so he's going to get his team on the bus as quickly as possible and get back up to the home cooking in Tyler, and this will likely be the last snap of the ball game. Griffin will throw, swings a pass to his back out of the backfield. Gray makes the catch, and he gets out to about the 25-yard line, and that should do it. Less than 10 seconds to go on the clock, and we count it down, and it doesn't look like we'll have another snap, and the Huskies are going to be 49-7 winners tonight on the home field here at Crusaders Stadium at Strake Jesuit College Prep, and they take their record back to 3-3 on the season. We will take a break, and Jeff and I will come back and put a wrap on this.
On May 6, 1985, identical twins were separated at birth. Despite their different upbringings, they shared one invaluable trait. They were both born to assist. Chris Paul was destined to become the ultimate team player. Cliff Paul was destined to lead a life of helping others, and that led him to become a State Farm agent. When assisting is in your blood, you know it. Find a State Farm agent born to get you to a better state.
At Neighbors Emergency Center, we don't just save lives, we save
mothers, sons,
best friends, little ones,
running partners, wives.
At Neighbors Emergency Center, you are not just a patient, you're a top priority. Neighbors Emergency Center, care that counts, experience that matters.
The time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up. It's deep. And it's going to be gone.
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown.
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at legacysportsnetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
Change is inevitable. Time waits for no one. And those who look only to their past are rarely ready for their future. Never underestimate our ability, because after all, we are Texans.
Back here at Crusader Stadium following a 49-7 win for the HBU Huskies. I'm Lonnie King along with Jeff Power. Happy to have you along tonight. And you saw a good one here. almost as complete a performance, I think, as we've seen from the Huskies all season long.
Yeah, they took care of business tonight. No question about it. They were able to run the football, about 300 yards rushing on the ground. That was fantastic. And then that opened up so many things in that playbook, just being able to do a lot of different things. And then they had a good pass rush all night long. I think the big play with Taylor Thompson with the return on the interception really kind of got things off to a great start. They got off to that fast start that we had talked about, and they never looked back. They had a 35-0 lead at halftime, and they just kind of cruised in the second half to just 49-7 win.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple of things that the coaches had made it a point to focus on were the defense getting off the field on third down and not turning the ball over and not getting a lot of penalties, and all of those things seem to work themselves out tonight.
Not too many penalties for HBU. They did have a couple turnovers, but it was pretty late in the game when it seemed like the game was well in hand. But I don't think there's any question. Best game of the season, best game of the entire career at HBU since this is the inaugural season. And next week they'll get a tough test with another team coming in here to straight Jesuit prep. And I think one thing you can say, though, is they played a good Texas College team tonight, but a team that they matched up well against. Yeah. And it showed on the scoreboard, 49-7 winners tonight for HBU. And we'll see what they can do next week when Texas A&M Commerce comes to town.
It'll be interesting to see because it'll be A&M Commerce, it'll be homecoming, and it'll be the conclusion of the 2013 season for the HBU Huskies. For Jeff Power, I'm Lonnie King. We'll take another break, come back and say so long from Crusader Stadium.
Football fans, I see a Raising Cane's tailgate in your sights. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you have it in you to tackle that tailgate. To devour enough fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers and cane sauce to make tailgate history. Show thirst who's boss with sweet tea and lemonade. Not by the cup, but by the jug. Because this is our house. And today, you eat with the best of them. Raising Cane's, one love. Official sponsor of all things that make game day delicious.
If I get pneumonia,
Break my arm.
Need to know if my pain is something more.
I know I can trust Neighbors Emergency Center to save me.
they save my time.
They'll save me from missing the championship.
They'll save me from missing my meeting.
They'll save me from missing the chance to walk her down the aisle someday.
They save me.
He saves me.
You save me. Neighbors Emergency Center saves lives.
Neighbors Emergency Center. Care that counts. Experience that matters.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing the all-new mouth-watering grilled onion cheddar burger, topped with melty white cheddar and caramelized onions. Plus all your tasty favorites for just $1 each. Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
It's time to go back in time, sharing the merriment of hundreds of live performances, the taste of over 1,000 foods, and the fun of dozens of games and rides. And be sure to enjoy special savings opening weekend, October 12th and 13th. Brought to you by DeMontron Coca-Cola. Huzzah!
Football fans, I see a Raising Cane's tailgate in your sights. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you have it in you to tackle that tailgate. To devour enough fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers and cane sauce to make tailgate history. Show thirst who's boss with sweet tea and lemonade. Not by the cup, but by the jug. Because this is our house. And today, you eat with the best of them. Raising Cane's, one love. Official sponsor of all things that make game day delicious.
Back here at Strake Jesuit, Crusader Stadium, one final time for the night. Lonnie King along with Jeff Power, and This is the Huskies postgame report. And Jeff, we've got to look at some of the final numbers tonight. Just as we talked about a minute ago, dominant performance for the Huskies.
Yeah, especially on the ground. 269 yards rushing on 52 carries. That's really the story. Only 123 for Texas College. And how about this? 63 plays run by HBU for 356 yards of offense, and they held Texas College to just 238 yards of total offense off 69 plays.
Got another defensive touchdown tonight. Taylor Thompson with an interception return in the first half early in the ballgame for a score, and so that added to the festivities tonight, a 49-7 win. They will cap off homecoming week next Saturday afternoon right here and finish up their regular season with a 3 p.m. start. A lot going on the network related to HBU next weekend. Friday night, men's and women's basketball, and then Saturday we'll be right back here for the football game against Texas A&M Commerce. For Jeff Power, I'm Lonnie King, and we'll see you next week. So long, everybody.